Hey there, welcome to Table Tennis Philosophy. Today we're going to talk about medium pips and what you might discover about them that makes them a good choice for you if you're coming from short pips particularly, or long pips possibly. One of the things about medium pips that make them a little bit easier to use for some people than short pips is you want to be able to control the ball and not have the ball come off the racket so fast that you can't control it. The very nature of medium pips means that the pips are a bit longer than short, obviously, and that the ball can kind of sink in to those pips somewhat the way they would in long pips, but unlike long pips, it will not reverse the spin. It will just sink in enough to kill some of the spin, and then it's like you can hold that and carry it out and end up with a ball going back with less spin, but depending on the rubber, you may not sacrifice any of the speed, and you can actually, once you get used to it, control it quite well. So if you're coming from short pips, the medium pips, once you get used to them, actually may give you more control if you think of it that way. If you're really hitting the ball extremely fast with short pips and happy with that, then I would say don't worry about going to medium pips. There's not a big upside on that. But when you think about your smooth rubber and how you want the ball to, the top sheet to grip the ball, for the ball to sink into the sponge, and how you get control with that with smooth rubber, think about it in a very same way with medium pips. The ball literally sinks into the pips, but not so much that it reverses the spin drastically. Going from smooth rubber or short pips to long pips is a huge transition just because those pips are a little bit longer. Going to medium pips is not as much, obviously, because it's not a long pip. But the point being that when the ball can sink in not just to the sponge, but into the pips, but not drastically, that's going to give you a feeling of control that you don't get with short pips. And I think that's one reason some players discover that medium pips really works for them, and much better than short pips or long pips. So it's one of the reasons I like it, and probably be playing with it for a little while. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got something out of it. If you're a medium pips player, maybe you couldn't figure out why you liked them. Maybe I gave you some idea why that is actually true. All right, see you next time.